5 years at our own establishment and set many thousands of games. One little point, though, is there's only 10 pins when you have a pin buoy, and we use 21 for the championship round. 10 that Bellinger is getting ready to attack, 10 that are waiting, and 1 extra just in case. Now,
just
second game.
I like that one. High hit leaving the 610 for a man that shot 198 in his victory over Jeff Miller of Columbus, Ohio. Jeff will have made $7,000 this week, finishing 5th. Bellinger going for the 610. He goes against Bob Benoit. Perfect on television. Okay, well done in the first frame for Bellinger. Now, from Topeka, Kansas, formerly a resident of Dallas, and who did so well in his very first PBA championship round, tossing a perfect 300 game to Mark Roth's 255. Here's his first shot in Milwaukee. Average 232 on this championship. Harry crushed it twice during the competition, so he's still perfect on television.
No doubt, Chris, but now he's up to that unlucky 13 strikes in a row. As you look at the delivery of Bob Benoit, that cupped wrist, he just about lays it back on his hand. In fact, he almost doesn't need his thumb in the ball. He just uses it for guidance, lifts straight through, and boy, he just has really such a super nice style. And with today's urethane finishes and bowling balls, it's just accentuated with that big hook, going for a double.
A high hit, and in this game, it's all over for a perfect game, but the spare, Nelson.
One of the tough spares, Chris, the 3, 6, 9, 10, and other than the 2, 4, 5, and 8 spare for professional bowlers and amateurs alike for that part of it, you have to go down the right side, make sure the ball carries out the back 9 pin without chopping off the 3 and 6. Here's Benoit.
And just what you said.
Well, I didn't like the angle he took, Chris. We were talking about going down the right side, and Bob Benoit took more of a conventional angle, the cross lane, but always the danger of leaving the 9 pin forced him to hook the ball too much, and he chopped it off, giving a major opening to Bellinger right here in the first frame.
Bellinger with a spare up. Second frame now. Jeff liked that. A little movement. Backward movement for Bellinger. Here it is again.
Jeff Bellinger, watch the power of his bowling ball. The ball should not ever have a chance of leaving a solid 9 on this hit. See, the ball hits the 1-3 and never, ever deflects at all. Almost leaves a solid 9 again. Chris, I'm not too puristic totally about this game, and I'm all for modern equipment. But the bowling balls today or something is just way too strong for those pins. That's, to me, really uncharacteristic pin action from the design of the game.
Okay.
Now, Bellinger up third frame.
Good point. That time, a 10 pin on the left lane for Bellinger. Still talking. Here's the routine. Usually does 5 little puffs of the bag. I told you he was speeding things up here today.
You look at his grip, finger grips, extends that index finger. He'll kill this shot. He'll break the wrist back, throw it a little harder, let that ball slide across lane.
Okay, now back to Bob Benoit. Prior to his perfect 300 game victory and the Quaker State title at the Forum Bowl in Grand Prairie, Texas, he had a spotty career. He started out spotty here, although he opened with a strike. Open frame in the second. Here's the third. Just like Grand Prairie, just perfect hit in the pocket.
You're right, Chris. That's the shot that we saw 12 times as you Watch the arm swing, and the key is this: does he keep it close to his body? There he brings it back. He brings it out a little bit to the right, then realigns at the top of his swing. Perfect right there, right next to his left leg. Follows through, plays just around the second arrow, and the result, 10 in the pit. Once again, the left-hand lane seems to be giving most of the players the trouble. It's the one that hooks the most, and let's see if Benoit can make the adjustment. He's playing a deep inside line, inside the third arrow.
A high hit and a 4-7-10. And the head shake, we cannot blame him one bit.
Bob Benoit must go for this spare. It's a very difficult split. Get the ball to the left of the 4-pin, slide it over into the 10-pin. Be interesting to see if he plays the big hook on this shot. I wouldn't play it at all. I'd throw it hard and straight.
All right, got 2 of the pins. We're in our second match in the Milwaukee Championship, 39,000 to the winner. Carpet lanes running behind our allotted time schedule. A great number of spares in the first match, starting out here in the second. Jeff Bellinger in the 4th frame, a strike. 5th frame, a strike. Jumping out to a 36-pin lead. Now here's his opponent, Bob Benoit, an open frame in the 4th, shooting in the 5th. A high hit, and look at that, 3, 4, 6, 10.
As I said earlier, when the lanes are a little slick or a little tight, the players are having all sorts of trouble. For Benoit, he leaves the 3, 4, 6, 10, a very makeable split. Needs to get the ball over here by the 3, slide it into the 4, and the ball will take out the 6 and 10 pins. If he doesn't make this split right here, he's in major trouble, trailing by more than 40 pins.
And now it's his second open frame in 5, giving him 62 through the 5th. Maybe he'll have some luck beginning on the left lane here. He's 5'9", 135 pounds. His opponent, 215 pounds. So he has a 10-pin and totally confusing to see the deepening of the furrows in his brow.
No doubt. He's playing the third arrow on the left-hand lane. He's in the right zone. He's made shots that are not up to his standards. He throws the ball a little bit hard one time, a little bit soft the next, pulls one. So just kind of an off day, but he still can recover with a big strength.
And that won 3 regional titles in 1987 prior to coming to Jeannie Halsey's Forum Bowl to shoot the perfect game. Here are the averages for 1988.
A little bit higher than we've seen in years past. The old record held by Mark Roth in the 220s, but the other players down to 5th place, Tom Kreitz at better than 216 is one of the highest 5th place averages at this point of the year that I've seen in quite a few years. So averages are up, scores are up. Now Bellinger, 48-pin lead, 2 strikes in a row working.
10-pin on the right lane for Bellinger. You saw Pete Weber up there high on the averages. He finished 52nd. Monticello 49th this week.
Watch the loft of Bellinger. He rolls that wrist under the ball. Look at the ball. He sends it up airborne about 7 feet over the foul line. And the reason that works so well in this house, that a bowling ball on many of the lanes here has a tendency to bounce in the first 2 feet right past the foul line. He just throws it over that area.
Bowen running down beyond the top 24. I noticed you were 39th. You had a good payday and 23 straight years here. 23
straight years is right, Chris. This championship has always been good to me. I had the good fortune of winning it in 1972, so it's been a few years since then. As you see, Jeff Bellinger, urethane bowling ball, finger grips, fingertip grip, spread that index finger, tuck that pinky. Watch the bowling tip of the week this week. It involves exactly what Bellinger's doing. He leads by 47.
Action on the pins, taking out the 5-10. Strike in the 7th for Bellinger as he goes against Bob Benoit.
It's no big deal. It's a pain.
While we were away, Bob Benoit shooting in the 7th frame, left the 210, chopped to 2 for another open. And now here on the left lane, he has a 3-6, 8th frame. Spare for Bob, trailing by 60 pins against Jeff Bellinger, who won the first match here today against Jeff Miller, 198 to 185. The winner of this match will have to bowl Dave Husted of Milwaukee, Oregon. Another 10 on the right lane for Bellinger.
The one problem that many players have had in this bowling center is strictly that, solid 10s. You can hit the pocket. The ability to carry the 10-pin consistently is just reserved for a few people.
For a moment, he thought he was going to miss the 10. Something we didn't want to miss today. Elaine Hagan, representing the Bowling Writers Association, presenting a trophy, a $2,500 scholarship award to the male and female collegiate bowlers of the year. Here it's Chris Vial, a freshman at William Patterson College in Wayne, New Jersey. The lady winner from Penn State, Jackie Sellers, couldn't make it in because of the foggy flying conditions. Practice in 10-pin shootings, but we do have a winner. His second win here in as many matches. Dave Husted will be Bellinger's next opponent.